the 2014 Consumer Satisfaction Index came out, where they rank how people feel about certain companies and the value of their services. And believe it or not, you know what two companies people hate the most? Yeah, Time Warner and Comcast. And of course, Time Warner and Comcast are actually merging to become one more evil corporation. So I thought to start here, I know that you hate Time Warner. You've gone on Twitter rants about Time Warner. So let's just start with Time Warner.
Yeah, this is when I wish corporations were in fact people, so I could kill them.
So they're not people?
Yeah, because I would like to murder Time Warner.
Okay,
I would. It is such a bad company in terms of service, their lack of respect for the customers and the way they treat people. I mean, the fact that you just stay at your house all day, you did like take a day off from work.
Yeah, literally all day, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Yeah,
we don't know.
Then they don't even fucking show up. and I was so angry. And people are gonna say, well, why do you need Time Warner? You should detach from. It's not for my television. It's for my internet.
Yeah.
I need internet access, and where I live in LA, they are literally the only choice I have. There's no other choice.
Yeah.
Even if I want to pay $50,000, I can't get another choice. This is it.
Yeah.
So the fact that cable companies are not treated as a utility is insanity. They should be deemed a utility, and we move on, because there's no way that you can compete against Time Warner. I mean, the idea of a free market is that, if Dave Rubin opens up a Indian restaurant, and then Malcolm opens one up, and I open one up, the one that has—
I don't love Indian food, just for the record.
Right.
But, all right.
But, the one that does the best is presumably the one that has the best food for the best price. Well, you don't have that kind of competition. There is no such free market for a massive utility like the water company, the electric company, and the cable company. And pretending the cable companies are not a utility is just ridiculous.
Right. So to your point, now Time Warner is actually merging with Comcast.
Yeah.
That makes it a lot worse.
Well, I think it's sort of like when you have two people, like a couple, and they fight all the time, and they're both obnoxious, and they never get along, and it's awful, and they're like, you know what? We're gonna solve all this by getting married. We'll get married, and that's what we got with Comcast and Time Warner. Is that the question is, will they be as awful as Time Warner or as awful as Comcast? But
no, they're going to be actually even worse.
But yeah, they'll be worse.
Yeah.
But your point is about the monopoly is, what is their incentive to provide good customer service? And in the article that your producer forwarded to us, they mentioned that Comcast, they're making some steps. One of the things they're doing is they hired someone to come in and teach them how not to constantly fuck over your customers. I'm just wondering, looking at that meeting, and the guy's got, he's doing a slideshow for them. He's like, okay, so when the customer calls, you're going to want to pick up that phone.
Yeah.
We don't just keep running that loop of your call is important to us, please stay holding on the line over and over again. You're going to want someone on the other end
to actually,
and then when they express what their problem is to you, you're going to want to try to solve that problem.
Yeah.
And the executives feverishly. Now wait. What did you say about solve? What was that word?
Wait, can you just explain to me, why is it that every time you call these guys, you have to punch in your phone number, right? You have to actually tap, press the buttons to get it in, and then the second they get on the phone with you, they ask for your phone number again. Why is that? Explain that to me, Steve-O.
There's no explanation.
There's no explanation.
I'm amazed when I call some 800 number or some customer service number and a human says hello.
It's incredible.
I'm like, what? Are you a real person?
Yeah. But don't the humans start sounding like robots, actually? Have you noticed that, too?
It's really amazing. So back to the merger issue.
Yeah.
This is a real problem, because there's already regional monopolies by these cable companies, but now they want to create a national monopoly. And they've hired 40 lobbying firms. Not 40 human beings, but 40 different lobbying firms to push all the Congress people and all the influencers in Washington to approve this deal. If this is not a monopoly, then what is?
Well, Steve's point, I think, is that they're job creators, and that this merger is creating a lot of work.
Right.
So
if we allow this merger to go through, we should just take all of our laws against monopolies and just throw them away.
Which we've pretty much done already. But so is this one of the things where Obama kind of failed here, because he said he was for net neutrality, but then he appointed a guy that was the head of the FCC who was a lobbyist for the telecom industry. And then just a couple weeks ago, I think it was the day after the election, he again doubled down and said, I'm for net neutrality. But at the same time, he's appointing people that are not. So we have these companies coming together, and to me, the bigger risk still is net neutrality, which the jury is out on, which could really screw us.
Yeah, that's
not even a question.
Thank you for that encouraging note of optimism for the new year, Dave.
Yeah. You got anything? Give me some hope. I mean,
there is no hope
for the online people. Really,
there's no hope. Net neutrality is gone. It's going to be gone. I mean, it's just a matter of time and how they couch it. It's going to be gone.
All right. Well, I wish we could have ended that one a slightly more inspirational. Give me something here, Malcolm. Something slightly more. Well, you know what? You're watching this now, and they haven't taken it down, have they? Have they?
But we are recording it on December 31st.
Comment
So
right down below.